everyone. I've been guided to come back on and just discuss the topic of basically trusting what is real for us. So, the reason I've been guided to this is for many of us, we can feel that what is going on within us on the inside, our own sort of views, opinions, feelings, in some way need to be validated by somebody else. We seek outside sources, whether that's friends, family members, loved ones, whoever it may be, teachers even, to validate what it is we are experiencing. So if we have a certain opinion about a certain situation or subject matter, then it's almost as if we do not fully trust in that without somebody else confirming. And I know, the dynamics between people will always be that we bounce ideas off each other, and you want to get to a point where you are in alignment with somebody, where somebody can understand you truly, and that you are desiring that, you are needing that. But this aspect of yourself which feels the need to be validated, I feel that needs to be addressed, because in truth it does not matter what other people are feeling or thinking about the situation that you are indeed sort of going through there. And I don't mean that to sound harsh. I think there's certain situations where, obviously the person may have an opinion, and it is of great importance. But in here, I feel that this is in relation to our spiritual journey, for what's going on within us and how we are seeing all of this sort of magic unfold. And it can be a very lonely road. It can be a place where you feel that, there's this disconnect from the world. Anybody who's gone through a spiritual awakening or is currently in one, it can feel incredibly harsh. It can feel almost like the end of the world. They say the dark night of the soul for a reason. You can just suddenly wake up and feel like you do not recognize yourself. You do not know who you are. You feel completely lost and completely alone. And unless you're really fortunate that you have your tribe of people or a good group of friends that are in alignment, that have similar interests and understanding, then you can feel that, you look around your social groups, your family, your loved ones, and just, it's as if nobody there will ever understand what it is you're feeling, what it is you're experiencing. And so then you get to a point where at some point, if you have the confidence to share with somebody, you are hoping that they are going to understand, they're going to reflect back at you, and they're going to appreciate, and they're going to balance out and be on the same wavelength. And when that doesn't happen, you then tend to feel a sort of sense of lack, a sense of abandonment, regret, rejection. You can feel even more lonely. It can hurt like hell, because it's as if what you are saying, what you are putting out there as your beliefs, are unjust, and it's not valid, it's not recognized or acknowledged, and that will allow you to feel that sort of lacking energy. So I feel that today's message is important, to just try and force yourself to move through that, power through. Yes, it's a process, and yes, you will go through that. It's undeniable. If you're on the spiritual journey, you will at some point go into that place, but don't stay there, don't wallow in it, don't trap yourself there. You have to, in a way, push yourself through, and by doing that, you have to empower yourself. You have to be telling yourself, actually, this is real for me, and that's what matters. That is the truth of it. That is what's going on here. So it doesn't matter what anybody else is thinking or feeling, because they're on their own journey. They may be here to experience something completely different. As souls, we have chosen our lessons, our purpose, our plan for this life, for this incarnation. Not everybody is on the same path, and so for some people, what you are experiencing is of no importance. They're not interested, or it just doesn't align with their own personal journey. That doesn't mean that it's not right, and it's not true for you or for anybody. It is as true for you in here as it is for any person. So this feeling, this need to have approval, to have somebody say, yes, I understand, that's exactly what I'm, you don't need that. We do not need to have that sort of codependent attachment to somebody else to fulfill our own needs and fill up our own cup. We need to do it from the inside, so we need to trust in self. So if you were to share what it is you're feeling and you're experiencing with another person, and if you are passionate, say you have been fortunate enough to have a good close friend or loved one who you can just share what is going on for you, imagine you with that person and imagine that you are just comfortable, just free flow, and you're chatting and you're getting passionate, you're getting, your vibes gone up because this is empowering for you. This is wow information. The feelings you get, the experiences, the signs, synchronicities, whatever's going on currently in your journey, imagine you are sharing that information with someone else and just feeling that vibration and feeling how powerful that is. Well, that is true for you, and that is its power. It is doing that for you. It is releasing all of the negativity, the toxins, all of the junk, all of this low level stuff where you may have been over the past few years. You are rising above that now. So that is real and true for you. Do not allow anybody else's influence, any naysayers, or anybody coming over and doubting what it is you're experiencing, because that is simply their opinion. It is not yours, it is theirs. And there is that saying that another person's view of me is none of my business, and it's true. In truth, that is theirs to feel and to know. And what is true for you is what is in here, what is felt, what is known. So in some ways you do have to be like, the support for yourself, and we all desire to have one person at least in life that we can lean upon, that can hold us, support us, and you can trust in them, and they understand you. Everybody wants connection, it's human nature, but sometimes you have to be that person for yourself. You have to be your own advocate. You have to be the person saying, yes, we're going to keep on doing this because this is working for us right now, this is empowering us, this is raising our vibration, and this is moving us forward. And sometimes you can be in a really dark, heavy place and you're not feeling confident enough, you're not feeling strong enough, you're a bit weary, and so the thought of doing that seems absolutely unreachable and impossible. But in truth, it's not. It's simply a case of persevering, going back over and over and over again. The more you tell yourself this, the more you sort of say out loud these affirmations of what it is you're feeling, then eventually the brain, the ego, will just put that aside and say, all right, I'm going to just back off now then, because he or she is sure of this. They know it, so there's no point in arguing anymore. There's no point in trying to diminish that light. There's no need to try and squash it. So take back the reins, take back the power, and rely and trust on yourself. And I'm not saying that in a sense that, if in the future you can't rely upon people, because obviously you can. There will come a time where you meet that person that gets you, that just understands it. And the thing is, with the right people, they will feel it themselves. There won't be this need of exactly that need. There won't be the needy energy where you feel that you have to sort of really in-depth explain things or try and convince somebody of what it is you're experiencing and its validity. You do not need to push that. You do not need to put pressure on. It's unnecessary, because people will only hear it when they are ready to receive that information. And for the right people, when they come into your life at the right time, they are already on their journey, they are already awakened, they're already passionate, they've got their own buzz, their own vibration, and that's when your vibrations match, they come into alignment, and you get each other, you understand each other, and it's effortless then. And that's what it needs to be. There shouldn't be this real tension, or really having to sort of overly assert yourself there and put that sort of demand on, because it's futile. If that person's not in alignment, if they're not at a place where they are ready to receive that information, it doesn't matter how many times you explain it and how many different ways you could tell them, it's not going to be heard until they are ready to hear it. And for some people, sadly, they will not reach that point in this lifetime. Not everybody has come here for the same reason. So for some people, it is about spiritual awakening. It is about ascension, about duality, soul, and integration of that into daily life. And for others, it's not. It could be learning about something like forgiveness or patience, or trust, and they're experiencing different things in their lives that are in their way very powerful, very profound, very true for them, but in no way is it the same as what you are experiencing. No two situations are the same. And that's the other point to note is, even if you meet somebody who gets a lot of what you are sort of discussing, you know, and you might find yourself having all these beautiful spiritual philosophical conversations and think, wow, this is incredible, this is what I've been waiting for. They too still have their own individual needs there, and their own purpose, their own mission. And even if you are feeling very much as a match and an alignment, it doesn't mean it's complete. You know, it's a balance, it's a flow, it's an exchange. It doesn't mean that one overrides the other, and you know, somebody's story is more accurate than the other person's. Not at all. They are both valid because they are both true for those individuals. So I feel like I've been waffling on there, and I hope some of that's made sense. You know, I come on here and sometimes things do just come, it all just spills out, and I very rarely would have a set plan here as well. Perhaps that's not the right way to do about it, but for me, it's always channel guidance, it's always intuitive, it's whatever's coming through me, and I have to trust in that. That's my truth, that's what I feel in here. And you know, sometimes I'll have to listen back at this and think, what was I talking about? Because in truth, it's channeled, it's energy, and there is a right time for even me to come back and listen to this. So perhaps if you've listened to this now and if you are feeling like, what on earth, give it a break, go and look at a different video, come back another day. There may be a time when actually this message for you right now is relevant, and perhaps that's not now. But please don't give up on it. You know, trust for yourselves what you feel and what you know. And it can be hard, I feel, as well. You know, on the spiritual journey, it is so vast, it is so broad, and it's you know, forever expanding. We are not headed for one destination, and that's the sad thing in life, is everybody feels that, you know, if we get this, we achieve this, we do that, whatever it may be throughout life, eventually we'll get to happiness, we'll get to where it is we need to be, and everything will be all lovely and wonderful. And that is kind of, it's almost like a movie, it's fantasy. And I'm not saying you can't have a good life, because of course you can, but it's a never-ending journey. So it's almost as if we are in a constant state of travel. You know, we're not on an aeroplane getting to a destination and then, you know, we get there and that's it. We are constantly back and forth on that plane, on that journey. We are constantly in motion, moving forwards, clearing energy, changing, expanding, growing, understanding. If we are to remain in one place, in one destination, then we'll become stagnant. Things won't change, you know. And as souls, we evolve eternally, and that's what this is about. So if somebody is listening to you and they just look blank and they cannot make sense of what it is, you know, you're trying to explain, and perhaps for you this is something wonderfully powerful, and it's a real, it almost has you know, with goosebumps because of the excitement of its spiritual nature and its power. And if you're met with somebody that is either disinterested or just dumbfounded, completely lost, don't knock yourself down for that. Don't question whether or not what you're doing is right, or, you know, if you've done something wrong. Just appreciate that right here and now, in that moment, that is not for that person, at least not then and there. Don't knock yourself down just because somebody else hasn't been able to match that vibration. Trust in your vibration, trust in where you're going, and just allow things to keep flowing. Keep getting on that plane, keep going. And eventually you will have learned so much as a soul. You will have empowered yourself. You'll have moved forwards. You'll be enlightened. You will be changed. You'll be transformed. And eventually, together with the help of your soul, you know, you'll get to that transcendental space. You'll get to a point where you are, you know, in touch with your soul every day. And when you get to that point, life is far easier, because it's all becomes true in here. You know, there isn't as much ego, and we can never fully get rid of the ego. There's many people that say yes, you can, because it will still be there. But the point is, it takes quite a back seat, and it's for you. You don't need to worry about it anymore, because it's not in your face, it's not bothering you, it's not intruding on your life. You regain the power, you have the reins, and you are the leader of your own life. Okay, thanks for listening. I hope that made sense. Have a great day. Bye.